Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's weekly psychic reading. I'm Erin Lee, and you can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com. And just before we get started, I wanted to let you know that I've had a lot of people asking me about whether or not I do email readings, like little short mini readings, or phone and Skype readings. And the answer is yes, absolutely I do. And you can find those on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com. I'll pop a link up here. And also, I'm going to be posting May's Choose Your Own Crystal Adventure reading a little bit early, and so you can find that at this link here. Isn't technology wonderful? So let's get started. So as I said, this is the weekly psychic reading for Monday, for Monday, April the 28th to Sunday, May the 4th, 2014. This week, your crystal choices are citrine, lava, and aquamarine. So again, that's citrine, lava, and aquamarine. And we're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Messages from Your Angels Oracle card deck. So I'm just going to give the cards a bit of a shuffle, whoops, and we're going to ask our angels and our guides and whoever is around who wants to give us a hand in a positive and loving way, what messages we need to know for the coming week to help keep us focused and moving forward in a healthy and balanced manner. All right. So the first card is going to be for Monday and Tuesday. And the message that's coming up is Caressa, and she's saying, you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. And so it feels like there's been a lot of really interesting energy that's been happening the past couple of weeks. Well, actually, really, the past several months, there's been a lot of stuff that's just kind of been really weird. And so what we're seeing is that weirdness is starting to come to an end. So have patience. The first couple of days this week, it's all about kind of refinding your balance, gaining a sense of perspective, and letting go of anything that may have happened on a negative level over the last several months. And it's an opportunity to be regrounding. And as I'm looking outside, there's a whole pile of beautiful sunshine here on the north end of Vancouver Island. And part of the message that's coming up is make sure that you're taking time to get outside and play as well. The first couple days this week is not the time to be pushing forward, to be starting new things. It's all about kind of wrapping up. There's a feeling of conclusions, letting go. So save that motivation and that momentum until later. For Wednesday and Thursday, the message that's coming up is Archangel Michael, and he's saying, I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. So this is where that motivation's starting to come in. And it feels like it's really time to be putting things into perspective, taking a look at what it is that we want to be doing, what we want to be creating with our lives, and to be really setting that intention and taking action and moving forward. If you've been kind of flip-flopping about making changes in your life, now is the time to do it, and call on Archangel Michael and ask him for help in implementing those ideas as well. But there's a lot of energy and motivation that's starting to build up, and it's time to start making that change. So what you need to do is start taking steps and start taking action, but let go of what has happened in the past so that you can kind of start off with a fresh slate. And looking at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Vanessa's popping in, and she says, to make your decision, ask yourself which way brings me closer to my divine purpose and which way takes me away from it. And so the message that's really coming forward here is that it's time to be making choices. It's time to get off of the fence and really start moving forward with your life, and doing it in a way that you are feeling passionate and inspired. So if you're looking at kind of feeling kind of dull, or things just aren't really working out for you, and you're kind of scared and afraid, now is time to be making steps in a really positive direction so that you're feeling inspired, and where there's life and love and joy and happiness. But it's really what's coming up is we've got a lot of life purpose stuff coming up this week. We're ending off, what hasn't been serving us. We're letting it go. We're taking a bit of time to rebalance and regroup, and And then we've got the motivation to start really moving forward in our life purpose with whatever that may be. And there's a lot of career stuff coming up. There's a lot of project stuff that's coming up, and also life change as well. I'm feeling a lot of people becoming more aware of what's happening with their bodies and health, and what's healthy for them within relations and within relationships rather, and lifestyle. And so all of this is really starting to come into play. We're seeing the beginnings of a whole pile of transformation through the middle and the end of that week. And that is really exciting. Yes. All right, let's take a look at the crystals. So if you've chosen citrine, oh, this is awesome. The message that's coming up for you is your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force it to happen. And one of the things that I love about citrine is, first of all, it's a fabulous clearing stone. It helps to release negativity within situations, within our mindset. Energetically, it's great for dealing with electromagnetic smog and stuff, but it also is a fabulous manifestation crystal. So part of what you're in and experiencing right now is you're coming into a time of manifestation, and it's really important that you keep your thoughts and expectations as high as possible, and don't let the people around you kind of naysay you or doubt you into not taking action with what you're wanting to see, because it feels like it's important to be taking that step. And if you've already started to take those steps, know that everything is starting to fall into place. So please don't lose faith, please don't lose hope. It's time to keep pushing forward. And if you're having any difficulty with that at all, call on Archangel Michael, ask him for help and support in guiding you, giving you the support, the strength that you need, and helping you to see what the next step is that you need to take. All right. If you've chosen lava, the message that's coming up for you, this is Archangel Gabrielle, and she's saying, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. So there are a whole pile of messages that are coming up with this card. So first of all, I want to take a look at the stone, and lava is a stone of transformation and change and things happening fairly quickly and rapidly. So if you've been working on manifestation and trying to bring in new situations within your life, and up until this point it just hasn't been happening, and it feels like you're hitting one dead end after another, know that that's starting to change, because things are going to be transforming in a very fast way for you starting this week, likely on Wednesday and Thursday. So really important that you're keeping your expectations around what's happening at a really high and positive level, and don't become caught in the drama of the day-to-day and what's happening, but kind of zoom out of it a bit and see the larger picture. From a card point of view, it feels like communication is really important to you. So whether some of the changes that are coming up for you involve communication and being clear with your communication, in pursuing a career with communication, or also arts and expression, now is the time to be really stepping into that. And there's a lot of self-expression energy that's coming up around you. So again, if you're experiencing any difficulty with that, call on Archangel Michael, and Archangel Gabrielle is here supporting you with that as well. And she's really talking about making sure that you're clear with yourself and your others about what's happening, and not allowing them to sway you against what it is that you're wanting to do. All right. And if you've chosen aquamarine, the message that's coming up for you is, when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea salt bath, or pedicure. And so the message that's coming up for you is that it's really important that you're taking care of yourself. There's a feeling of being kind of drained and putting a lot of energy out there supporting other people, or that you are personally going through a really difficult time, and that the message that's really strongly coming through is that you need to be taking care of yourself. So although we've got a lot of energy and motivation going on through the latter part of this week to be getting things done, it's really important that you are finding that sense of balance and personal foundation so that you can be working and pushing forward from that. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. They're also popping in food, physical activity. Yoga would be really fabulous if you're needing to nurture yourself in a gentle way. And water is also coming up as well. And aquamarine is a crystal where there's a lot of expression. I see it as it's primarily a third eye crystal that's associated with with the third eye, but I experience it more as a throat chakra crystal. So this is expression of self, and again, boundaries are coming up and making sure that you aren't taking on too much stuff and too much of what's happening in other people's worlds. The message that's really coming through for you, for you, is to take that time for yourself, to find balance, and from that place of balance, then you can start moving forward. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me for this week's weekly psychic reading. I'm Erin Lee, and you can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com, and I want to wish you a fabulous week.